Hello, family. Welcome to the Hill House. This is our premiere episode of Cooking with the Hills. And today, my very special guest, Minister Trevor Allen.
What's up, y'all?
Trevor is a friend from way back, I say, and so we're just really excited to have him here in the Hill House. This is not his first time being here. Actually, he's been here several times before, and you know, we like to post stuff about food on Facebook, and Trevor was like, hey, when am I coming? I said, you got an open invite, bro, you know? And he said, well, I'm up to the 15th. I was like, well, we can make it happen, Kevin.
Let's make it happen.
So here we are, not even 2 days later, and we're making it happen. And so I decided, what better way to kick off the new year than with something new in the Hill House, which is cooking with family and friends and people that we have met in the course of doing ministry.
Amen.
And doing what God has said. So we met Trevor, I don't know if I met you before Michael met you, or if...
I think it was when we were all together with the drama department.
Okay, the drama department. Okay, yeah, so I was doing the uniforms, but they were acting.
Yes.
So they were working me like a Hebrew slave. I'm just gonna say, that's just the truth, okay? So, but in the course of that, Michael said, I want Mr. Trevor to play the leading role in Gotham Origins, and the leading role did he play?
Hey, I was all right. I still got a lot to go.
Listen, humbleness is okay, but listen, you gotta speak those things out. When I say this brother was acting, y'all got to see it, honey. Listen, Michael gonna play it for you. Cut to it, Mike.
No.
So I asked Trev, I said, hey, okay, what do you want to eat? So he said,
Okay, I do like the ox tails,
wow, the tail of an ox.
tail of an ox. And I like the ground meat of an ox.
Oh, ground meat, like?
Ground meat, hey,
Like what?
it don't matter. As long as it's from a cow, then I'm good.
He's laying all that out there, okay? So we are not cooking the tail of an ox today in the Hill Kitchen. We can now, we've done that. But today I said, well, let's do some Hill chili. And what we're gonna pair with that is just some good old sweet cornbread that you have never ever tasted. But once you taste it, you're not gonna wanna go back for anybody else's cornbread. And as well, we're going to do something, what I call a little light fare, which is some Boudain Dip. Boudain, like a Boudin burger. You ever had a Boudin burger?
No, never.
Okay, you take Boudin, you
Okay.
put it in some bread, and
Okay.
that's a burger. It really is. It really is. So, but anyway, so we're gonna cut to it. Here we go. Y'all getting ready to cook? You're gonna cook with the Hills.
Here we go.
Welcome back to the Hill House. And listen, we had to get cooking because we can't wait on everybody to get here. You know what I'm saying? You know, like you waiting on people for Thanksgiving, to name a few. I'm not going to say who their name is because it might be my name that people be waiting on. But we going to get cooking right here. So what I've done is, and we're going to make chili, remember that. So in order to save time, just so you'll know, we've already washed our hands, both I and Trevor. Clean nails, clean hands. Woo-hoo. Okay, It's very important to have clean hands when you cook, okay? And so I've already started the ground meat because it's gonna take a minute. But listen, what I'm gonna show you about this chili is that you can get it done in 30 minutes or less. Especially when you have families and children and you want them to eat things besides McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell. And so I can testify, I was about 285 pounds before, and I don't want to go there and I don't want my children to go there. So it's a hard thing. But anyway, and Trevor actually has a testimony about that too. I just thought about that. So as he decides to share about his life and things that he's doing, if he decides to share those things, then he'll share them. But if not, no pressure. We're just here to have fun, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brown this ground meat. And look at this little doodad. This is the best thing here. It's called a meat squasher upper. I don't know what it's actually called, but that's just a good name for it. Okay, so I'm actually chopping the meat as it cooks and breaks it into pieces. And what I'm going to get Mr. Trev to do, Mr. Trevor is going to take this sausage out of its casing, and we're just going to use the meat that's on the inside. Now, these are smoked sausages, and they're from Southeast Texas, where I'm from. Yes, we're from Orange, Texas. What about it? Don't play. You know, everybody always talks about Beaumont and Houston, but there is a city called Orange, Sweet Orange. So Mr. Trevor is going to cut these sausages down the middle, peel the skin off, and once this ground meat gets cooked, we're going to add the meat from those sausages into our mixture here, okay? So here we go. So Mr. Trevor,
Yes, ma'am.
so you can work and talk, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so why don't you tell the audience, our family, about you and where you're from and what's your story, Mr. Trev?
Well, I'm originally from Seattle, Washington. Born and raised there. I call myself a Southern Northerner because my mom, she moved back here in Texas. And is that good?
Yeah, no, that's good, absolutely.
She moved back here in Texas when her foster mother passed, which was actually her first cousin.
Oh, okay.
And ever since then, you know, she just stayed down here, and I moved back and forth. I lived with my dad. My dad was in the military. He was a sergeant major in the Army. If he would have stayed, they wanted him to stay. But if he would have been a general. So,
right. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So, but he was like, he got tired of it. But
Yeah.
like I said, I call myself a Southern Northern because I've always been back and forth.
Yeah, he was a little bipolar, I'd call it.
Straight bipolar.
Little north, little south,
Little
you
north,
know,
there
it
you
just
go.
depends on the wind. Absolutely. Okay, cool. So how did you know, so of course we talked about earlier that you're an actor.
Yes.
And a doggone good one.
Thank you.
Okay, and so how did you get into that? How did it start? And tell us first about because you know, he has a conversion story, how he gave his heart to the Lord. So we want to hear that for sure. And then we want to hear about how he got into acting and what birthed that.
Okay, well, basically, I got myself together. I was out there. I was really out there, y'all. I mean, big time. You know, party, drugs,
Come on, party.
all that stuff. You know, you name it, I just about almost did it. Not everything, but you know,
Yes.
don't go there. But
Yes, indeed.
just went through all kind of rough times. You
Right.
know, sometimes with my dad, sometimes with family and stuff like that.
Yeah, sorry
But,
to hear that.
But I really got into acting. And I'll get down to my story about, you know, when I received the Holy Ghost.
Oh, wow, cool. Can't wait.
I really got into acting when I was in high school. I did a musical, and I'm not really into musicals, but I went into the drama because I wanted to try it.
Right.
So I did, and I fell in love with it. But you know, things happen. You know, things happen for a reason, and
Right.
it's been some odd years later. I think I started back acting. To be honest with you, almost 9 years ago. Came back to it, and that's always been my secret passion,
Wow.
is acting.
Okay.
So I just went into it, and I went into our drama department team at our church, and it just went off from there. I heard people say, "Oh, you know, you got to
Yeah.
try this, you got to do that, and do
Right.
this." And at first, I was like, "Okay, yeah, I think you're just being nice." But then
Right.
they told me flat out, "No, you're nice.
Right.
You're nice.
Absolutely.
It's okay, good. So I tried it, and I did my first audition and stuff like that. And I did a theater called Papa Was a Rolling Stone.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And after that, it just took off. You know, from church and other
Right.
stuff I did. Did stuff with your son,
Oh,
Mike.
yeah. Right. Hey.
Mike behind the camera.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Gotham's Origins, and I just got them doing a short film. Hopefully it'll be a big film called Garden of Lies with Vanessa Goodrich
I saw
and
that.
Irma P. Hall.
Wow.
So look out for that.
Right.
So I've been doing this for a while, but I've been around a lot of people that
Right.
influenced me.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if I can say their names, but they know who they are. I always tell them every time, you know, hey, you
Yeah.
inspire me. I thank you for what you do and all that stuff.
Right.
But that's how I got started, and one of these days I'm gonna be the next Denzel. I'm just being
Come
honest.
on with it. Okay, so while he gonna be Denzel right now, I'm gonna get him to act like he dumping those sausages in this pot, and I need you to go ahead and just dump them in there, and I'm gonna
We
chop
done
them
just
up.
like this?
Yeah, just like that, and I'm gonna
Okay.
chop them up.
Okay.
So
Here we go.
this is the chili. So let me tell you something about the chili. Is that I'm doing what you call a quick chili, and I'm going to be cooking with some cans because it's easier. Like I was saying earlier, is that when you have families and you don't have a lot of time, this is something that you can do in about 30 minutes. So we're going to get the meat started really good here. Add our seasoning in them, and then I'm going to cook the rice and the cornbread all at the same time. And in about 25 minutes, everything will be ready. How about that? Okay, so let's do this real quickly because I want to get back to some of the things that you talked about what you're doing. And this Garden of Lies, I'm very excited about that. Actually, I saw some of those things on Facebook
Yes.
when y'all were shooting, and I thought, oh my gosh.
Yes.
But and yes, ladies, understand. Come back. He is married. No. I know he good looking, but he's married. Okay.
Nobody wants to.
Yes.
Nobody wants to.
Yes, indeed. So what we're doing here, we're just kind of chopping up this sausage, okay? Now, if you had time, you could do it a little differently, but we're doing it this way. Now, also, Trev and I was in the store, and I was showing him that I like to cook with different herbs and that are not always traditional to the courses that we're serving. Basil is one. And so, open that up, Trev, and what do you think about that smell, Trev?
It does smell good.
Right.
It smells wonderful. I never smelled basil like this. I
Right.
never smelled it.
So we're gonna put a little in here just to add it a little kick it up.
Just say when.
Okay, I'll tell you when. Oh, come on, some more. There we go.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
that's right. We gotta get it in there good. So we're gonna cook that. Now what we're gonna do is, typically, now when my grandmother cooked, she spent a lot of time in the kitchen cutting up her vegetables. Go to them vegetables. And I love my grandmother. My grandmother taught me how to cook, and I'm grateful for that. And so these vegetables are good. You can chop them up, the tomatoes, the onions, the celery, the green onions. You can do all of that, but in this new century, we're gonna use what's called seasoned blend. Now, this has your celery, green peppers, and onions. And this is really good enough for what you're trying to do, okay? So what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to grab a pair of scissors over here, excuse me. Try not to keep turning my back to the camera. One more. They're not there. That's okay. We're gonna come over here. We'll use the old remedy. I have my scissors. My other son moved everything around for me today. So we're just gonna pop this right in this skillet. And we're gonna let these get tender.
Nice.
And
Nice.
look how beautiful that is.
That is.
Yes. And it smells great. Smell that. I mean, it just cuts out the time. That's all.
I like that.
It just cuts out the time so you don't have to do all that cutting, and you can save those fresh vegetables for another day.
Okay.
You know? Okay?
Gotcha.
So, and what I also do is, my grandmother taught me to clean as you go. So I keep a little trash bag right up here on the counter, and it helps me to keep everything neat and tidy. Because nobody wants to do none of that. Okay, so we're gonna cut for a second, and we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna show you how I cook my rice to make it very quick. We're gonna do that, so join us just a second. We'll see you.
See you.
Hey, Hey, welcome back. Okay, listen, while you guys were, doing whatever you had to do, the bathroom, I don't know, that's not my business. But we were in here cooking and slaving away. So what we've done is we've got the rice. Now this is not traditional. I do it in the microwave because remember we're talking about time for our families. So I washed it twice. Yes, I did, grandmother. I washed it twice. And I added salt and put it in the microwave for 25 minutes. So by the time this is done, everything else has been done. See, it's only got 10 minutes left. So I'll need to check it and make sure that the rice is tender enough. Also, what has happened is all of my ground meat and my seasonings are tender. So that's only been about 10 minutes. So we've been cooking for about 15. So I told you to be ready in less than 30 minutes. And it will. So Mr. Trevor has mixed up the cornbread. Now, I couldn't show you all the things because we have a secret ingredient.
Yes.
And Mr. Trevor knows, and he is bonded for life.
I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a word. I'm looking at that face. No, I'm not.
Okay, that's right. So anyway, so he's done that. Now we have the oil in the pan, in the oven, okay? It's getting ready, it's heating up. He's going to pour that in. And then now, what I've done is, Mr. Trevor, can you pass us those beans?
Yes, ma'am.
You can keep it on that, yes. Okay, so what I've done is, I have washed the cans of beans because we don't want it really beany in flavor. What we want is beans in our chili, not beans in a little chili. So I've pre-washed the beans. I'm going to switch spatulas. Now I'm going to stir, okay? And all this is doing is getting all of those seasonings into those beans, okay? All right, so once we do that, then we're going to add in our secret ingredient that's not so secret. I do Wolf brand chili. And the reason I do that is that it gives a chili flavor and taste, and you don't have to do all the work. Remember, we're cooking this in 30 minutes or less, okay? So for this size pot, I'm going to add in 3 cans, okay? Now listen, this is what I told Trev, is that I don't measure everything all the time. I eyeball it. Because that's what my grandmother did.
My mom did the same thing. She still does it.
Wow.
Still does it.
And she's a fabulous cook, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Listen, you got to know how to cook, honey. You ain't gonna have no measuring cup all the time. You just gotta look at it, eyeball it, and know what you got to do.
You better eyeball it.
You better eyeball it if you know how to cook, okay? So that's what we do. We're eyeballing it, and so now we're going to add our beef stock, okay? We're gonna add that to our chili mixture. And listen, the other thing is that I don't necessarily buy name brand stuff all the time. Like my beef stock is just Kroger brand, okay? And my beans are Kroger brand. It doesn't take a lot of money to do what you have to do. Like the cans are like 59 cents. The other thing I like to do, and this is just a tip, is I keep a bag tied here on the counter, and that's for your trash. My grandmother said, clean as you go. So we've washed our hands in between, and we have a sink full of water ready to go, okay? So Mr. Trev, I think your oil is ready.
Okay.
So pull that drawer open right there where your bag is.
Okay.
Towel. You're gonna grab your pan, and we're gonna pour that cornbread in.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep stirring this chili. Just sit it right up there.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna move this bag. Now, what you want is a sizzle when you pour that cornbread in, because what it's gonna do is it's gonna give it a great little crunchy edge. So go ahead, Mr. Trev.
Okay.
Look at that. Ooh, can you hear that sizzle?
That's straight sizzle, baby.
Listen, honey. What you say? Now listen, Brother Ellis, Brenda Ellis's husband, Honeydew, don't come for my cornbread. Don't tell me you can beat me at some cornbread. We got a competition coming, baby.
You in trouble.
I'm gonna call you, and you in trouble.
You in trouble.
Okay, so Mr. Trevor,
Yes, ma'am.
while you doing that, tell us, and you can just sit there right over there in that sink.
All right.
Tell us your testimony about you giving your heart to the Lord.
Well, my testimony is probably like anybody else's in a way. Everybody has their own story. Everybody has their own book. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to put this in first?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to put this in right quick, then I'll tell y'all what's up.
Okay, we got the oven on 375, and we're going to put this little piece of bread in the oven. Put it, there you go. Turn it on the side too, Mr. Trev. There you go.
Gotcha.
Absolutely wonderful. And that's going to bake for about 20 minutes. I mean, it doesn't take long. You need to actually watch it. Okay? So go ahead.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Drop my spoon.
Everybody knows, you know, you have a time in your life that God is calling you.
Uh-huh.
God is calling you, steady calling you.
Right.
Like he does everybody.
Right.
I didn't want to hear all that.
Yeah.
And that's how I was with God. I was like, I don't want to hear you. I'm not, you know, I'm not down with you right now. I want to do my thing. So it was just a point in my life that, you know, I went through hell and high water.
Wow.
And I know that was God.
Yes.
Let me know. Say, okay, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm doing this for a reason.
Yes.
So what do you want to do? You want to die? You want to go to jail? So
Wow.
basically, I was going to get killed or die somehow anyway. That's how crazy I was.
Yes.
Did everything, you know. So long story short, my brother and I, this is my youngest brother, Keith.
Okay.
We're at my mother's house, and we were about to go out. And, you know, we were about to go out and do our thing all night until
All
about
night?
3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
All night?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's what we do. That's how we did it.
Yes.
And
This is how we do it. Hey. Okay. Hey. This is how he did it.
that's how I did it.
Okay. Go ahead.
But no, and my mom had company over. My mom, pops, and it was a family friend of ours. And you know, it was at night, and they were just having a good time, talking about the Lord and all that stuff. And
Right.
my brother and I, we was getting ready, we was waiting. Then all of a sudden, God came to my mom's and said,
Right.
you know, I mean, you knew it was God.
Right.
And she stood up and looked at us and said, "Get off your high horse."
What?
And we kind of looked at her like,
What you
"What's
tripping
wrong
on?
with you?
Yeah.
You crazy?" Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saying to myself, "Oh, here we go with the Holy Ghost stuff."
Yeah. Oh wow.
But at that time, I felt that,
Yes.
and I knew it was God.
Right.
I've been knowing it was God, but right then and there, he was mad.
Yeah. Wow.
Get off your high horse, because you know we was
Wow.
all just, you know, we didn't care.
Yeah.
We,
Right.
you know, it was us against the world. That's how we felt.
Right.
So, I mean, they started praying. Me and my brother, you know, obviously we resisted,
Right.
but that didn't take long.
Wow.
And one thing led to another. We was in the kitchen. That's why I always say when you come to my mother's house,
Yes.
it's fire in that kitchen, and
Yes.
that's fire from cooking, and that's fire from the Holy Ghost.
Come on,
'Cause
Spirit
that's
of
what
the Lord.
that's what they pray at majority of the time. My
Right.
mama and my pops, and that's what, you know, even when I go over and visit, that's what we do.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
it's so fired up in that kitchen, and I tell everybody when they come there, you know, they're family.
Right.
They're not friends, they're family.
Absolutely.
So I was sitting down. We finally sat down at the kitchen, at the desk. I mean, at the kitchen table. And my mom was like, "Come on, you gotta give up everything." And I didn't understand what giving up everything
Yeah,
is.
Absolutely.
If you want the Holy Ghost, give up everything. I'm
Right.
like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm steady,
Right.
you know,
Yeah. Toiling. Yeah.
toiling with it, and I'm, you know, thanking Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. You know, you do that back in the day. Thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Slobbering all over. Purging
Absolutely.
yourself. Purging
Absolutely.
yourself.
Absolutely.
Next thing you know, I gave up everything. I had my
Amen.
heart, and it started doing that tongue was just, thank you, Jesus, thank you, to get out of those sick.
Oh, come on now. Yes. Oh my God.
Hey, can I
Hey, come on
All of a
now.
sudden, I felt that.
Yes.
I feel it like I feel it now.
Absolutely.
And next thing you know, I just hugged myself, and I was hugging God.
Absolutely.
I mean, I never felt that much love in my life.
Wow,
That's from my parents and
amazing.
everything. I knew how God loved me.
Absolutely.
That was the most beautiful thing I've ever felt in my
Amen.
life.
What an awesome testimony.
It is, but you know, we've all strayed.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
went back some other spots, but I'm back.
Once the
I'm not
Lord
here.
tags you,
That's
that's it.
Once He chooses you,
That's
chooses
right.
you, excuse me,
Choose it, yeah.
you can't get away.
Absolutely.
You cannot get away. So remember that. If God chose you, you can do anything you want. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not
gonna
happening,
work.
Captain. You're not going anywhere.
You're going right here where He is. And I'm
Absolutely.
not going anywhere because I've met beautiful people like my family here.
Absolutely.
Trace, and she's my big sis, and I love her dearly. And the
Absolutely.
rest of the
They
family.
love you
So,
too. Absolutely.
hey, we're gonna do big things. So y'all watch out for them.
Watch out. Okay, so we're going to go to this food right quickly, and I'm going to tell you what I have to do in between. So what I've done is I have added in 2 cans of Rotel tomatoes. I've added in a can of cream of celery.
Look at that.
I've added in a whole carton of beef stock. So now I'm letting it simmer and cook. Okay? So listen, if I ate meat, it would be this.
Right on.
Ah! Okay, so let me tell you the story about that. I'm gonna tell you a little bit. My children call me a fake pescatarian because I really don't like to eat beef or chicken or turkey, but I will eat fish.
Yes.
And every now and then that bacon jump in my throat and just force me to chew it down. That bacon, it jump in my throat.
I got you.
It'd be like, oh, God, no, that bacon it made me eat it. So, but anyway, so that's been done. The cornbread is done. The rice just dinged. We're gonna check that. Hey, when we come back, we're gonna make something else for you. It's called Boudain Dip. Now, y'all know I'm from Southeast Texas, right? Now, my grandmother is from Boyce, Louisiana, and my family's from New Orleans. So you know we know how to do it. I'm gonna do gumbo for you one day, Shad. Just hold up a minute.
Right on.
All right, stay tuned. We'll be back in a second. Hey, guess what, family? We are at the end of this episode.
Yes.
First episode. Was it fun,
It was
Trev?
fun. I had a blast.
Amen.
I really did.
Amen.
I really did.
I wish I could have showed you everything we've done, but I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis. But before we do, I want to apologize because we need to acknowledge Trevor's wife.
Hey, to my wife, Veronica Marie Dabney Allen. I love you, honey bear. My son, Trevor Allen, he's 21. I'm a grandfather. I have 2 grandbabies, Aiden and Ariana, and my moms and pops. Love y'all.
That's a good-looking granddaddy. Oh. Okay, so this is what we did, family. So we finished up the chili. Come on in here, Michael, and see this. Do you have smell-o-vision? Wait a minute, hold up. Let me stir this pot. Look at this. Doesn't this look like a homemade chili?
That's
Listen,
wonderful.
this is all I did. I'm gonna go back. I added the beans, I ground the ground meat, and then I added the sausage. I added the cans of beans, which were, my mother wanted to have a show called Cooking with Cans. So we drained the beans, washed them with cold water. Then we added a can of cream of soup, and then we added 2 cans of Rotel tomatoes, and we also added our own special seasonings. Basil, I'll give you that one. It really gives it a nice aromatic flavor. Okay, now in addition, look, Trevor's cornbread has come out the oven. We drizzled it with honey, okay, and we usually will do butter. My family loves this cornbread. Look how pretty it is. Woo, woo.
Ain't it pretty? Ain't it pretty?
Okay, so then right next to it, we got something that we want to show you. This is called Boudain Dip. Now this is something that we do back home. So Boudain Dip is just the boudin out of the casings. We soften it, which is we put it in the microwave for about 5 to 6 minutes. Then we add cream cheese and seasonings, okay? You serve it with crackers. You sprinkle it with a little paprika or whatever you had. I'm gonna use a little cayenne for a little color and a little kick. Woo! That's gonna be hot. Caliente, baby. Okay? So then you're gonna serve it with your crackers. Mr. Trevor, why don't you taste that? Now Trevor made this. Come on, Mr. Trevor, taste it.
Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Uh-oh, broke it.
That's all right. We can
It's
make
mine.
it on broken
It's
pieces,
mine.
honey.
Here we go.
Listen, do y'all hear that crunch? Woo, baby! We doing it up in here. Okay, so that boudin dip, what we're gonna do is take this over. Can you take that over to the table?
Yes, ma'am.
Look at those hungry people over there waiting for some food. Look at them hungry people. Get up, food.
I tell you about
Yes, okay? So they're waiting on that. Also, I want to show you something. I'm talking to the young women. Let me tell you what you do. You get your bag, put it on your drawer, and then you throw away your trash. That way, you can sit down with your family when they're ready to eat. But we're going to go over here. I'm going to show you how to make a drink that is not full of sugar. And the reason I do this is because diabetes is something that has been in my body. I'm going to tell you what I'm putting in it, and while I'm mixing it, I'm going to ask Mr. Trevor to talk about where he's going from this point. He's been acting. He's been in that Papa Was a Rolling Stone.
Garden of Lies. So
Okay, Garden of Lies. Oh my God. He confessing. I don't know. But anyway, he's going to tell you what he has coming up next. So I'm going to turn it to Trevor. But let me tell you, you have Diet V8 Splash. You have Trop 50, 50% sugar. Then you have Fresca, which has no sugar. So you have this great sparkly type punch that you can serve to your family that's not full of sugar, and also even your diabetics can enjoy it, okay? So this is a great party drink. I'm gonna mix that, and let's let Trevor tell us about what he believes God has given him to do.
All right, everybody. This year is going to be a big year for a whole bunch of us, but for me, what God has in store for me, I've been prophesied to so many times about a lot of things, and it's coming to pass.
Yes.
Financially,
Amen.
emotionally,
Yes.
marriage, everything.
Come on,
you know,
marriage.
kids, all that.
Yes.
But we just started a film production. It's me and 8 other people.
Right.
It's called Pollard Film Productions.
That's cool.
LLC. So we started this about a year and a half ago, and we've been writing a script called First Lady or Not.
Ooh.
We're edgy. We're faith-based, but we're edgy. We're keeping it real. We don't want to be all, churchy. You know, we're dealing with real stuff.
Right.
Real things that's going on. So
Right.
y'all get ready for that. Yeah, we're going to try to start, not try to start, we're going to film it this year. We're going to do our best to film it this year. So we're getting everything going. So the thing is, before we started our business, we got to get everything straightened out. We're babies. We don't know anything about all this stuff. So we thank Mike Hill, Trace, Bob, Gabe, no, I'm sorry, I said Gabby. I meant Gabby. Gabriel. Gabby's another person. She's our CEO.
Yeah.
Kaylee, everyone, Kurjan, there's so many people, Kanisha,
Yes.
Aya, Miss Vanessa Goodrich, watch out for that. Watch out for that lady there.
Yes.
So we got a lot of things in the works. I know it's gonna be a busy year, but it's gonna be a fun year.
Absolutely.
I'm excited what God has in store for all of us. And get ready, because it's time to flip things over. This is Hollywood South.
Watch out. Watch out.
Hollywood South.
So listen, we thank God for our first guest, which is Trevor Allen, my handsome brother. I love him with the love of God, and I know that God is going to do great things for him. So like he says, watch out. But while he be watching out, I want you to watch out for this punch right here. So let me tell you, I do equal parts of the diet, of the trop, of the fresca, and we mix it well. Stay there. Keep looking at it, Mike. Mr. Trevor, why don't you grab us some cups out of the cabinet? Right there. Yes, indeed. You can get the little colored ones or the glass ones, whichever ones you want to get.
Okay.
Here we go, Mike. We're gonna mix this well, and I've actually put it in the freezer so it gets kind of slushy, which is great. Okay, so we're gonna mix those up. We're gonna rinse these, and we're gonna get ready to serve things up. But before we do, Mr. Trevor and I,
Get our drink on.
we're gonna get our drink on. We're gonna get our drink on. No, let me stop. I'm just picking. Let me wipe this off. Presentation is everything. Okay? Gonna clean this up for my brother from another mother.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And for myself. Thank you so much for serving with me
Thank
in
you so
the
much for
Hill
having me.
House
Thank you.
and having our first Cooking with the Hill show. So we love you. Hold on. We're going to come back after we serve up these plates so you can see what it looks like. God bless you.
God bless you, sweetheart.
Amen.
Amen. God bless America.
Isn't that good?
That is good.
That is so good.
Yes.
Yum, yum. We'll be back in a second. Watch these plates. Okay, hey guys, we are done here today. We are now serving the family. Mr. Trevor, the cooks are always the last one to eat. So even though Mr. Trevor is our guest, we're serving it up. Boy, they can't wait to get this punch. So here we go. They've been eating the Boudain Dip. How was the Boudin Dip?
Oh, that Boudain Dip was good. It had nice texture, nice flavor.
Right.
I believe that it has like a nice texture. I'm not good at explaining things.
Okay,
It's good.
and so we got the cornbread rolling and the beans, the chili. So come on, let's see, family. Go ahead and take a taste.
God.
How do you like that juice, Gabe? Isn't that delicious?
Yes, smell.
Okay.
So good.
It's so good. Well, again, thank you
Real
for
good.
tuning in to Hill House with our special guest, Trevor Allen. Look out for great things to come from him. Listen, God is manifesting in the earth through his people.
Amen.
The head is what we are going to be, and not the tail.
Definitely not the tail.
God bless you. We'll see you when we see you. Love you, family.